Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, my friends. Let's all together learn about what Islam has to say about Halloween. What is Halloween? Every nation is rich in heritage, culture, history, and prides in its traditions, customs, and celebrations that have been passed down by their forefathers. One such celebration, which is very popular in the Western world, is Halloween. The origins of Halloween dates back to the time of the Celtics. And my friends, do you know what the Celtics are? It is this group that celebrated their new year on November 1st. This day was marked as the end of summer and was reflected upon as a time of darkness and cold as winter approached. The Celtics associated this dark time of the year with death. On October 31st, which is the Celtics' New Year's Eve, they celebrated a festival called Samhain. This celebration was supported by the belief that the ghost of the dead roamed the earth, and priests were believed to be able to communicate with these ghostly spirits to tell the future. By doing so, or by telling the future, many were given hope for the long, dark winter ahead. Then the priests built large fires on this night, and people gathered to burn crops and animals as sacrifices to their gods. During the festival, they wore animal heads and skins as costumes. This was done so that the spirits of the dead would not recognize the people. It was also done by people imitating the supernatural beings that were believed to roam the earth at that time. The priests would go from house to house on October 31st and demand specific types of food, which were to offer the spirits in order to calm them. If their demands were not met, it was believed that people and their homes would be cursed with trouble, sickness, and death. Prosperity was promised to those who generously donated, hence the phrase trick or treat, implying a demand for treats or else a certain consequence would have to be given. And my friends, as you can see, this is not the way we should be doing things. Inshallah, may Allah keep us on the right path. And my friends, do you want to know the history about the jack-o'-lanterns? The man of an Irish origin named Jack, who supposedly enjoyed playing pranks on the devil. The legend states that after his death, Jack did not go to hell or heaven, and therefore he wandered the earth carrying a lantern, providing him with some light to see where he was going. Pumpkins were hollowed out and had candles lit inside, which were representatives of its legend. They were also supposed to scare the evil spirits away. This is why the odd-looking faces were carved out on the pumpkins. On October 31st, people around the world celebrate Halloween. And while this custom did not originate in the Muslim world, some Muslims have now also adopted to this holiday and celebrate it with great fanfare. This brings to mind the prophecy of Holy Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. You will certainly follow the ways of those who came before you, span by span, and cubit by cubit, so much so that even if they enter a hole of a lizard, you will follow them. How much money is spent on Halloween? It is no hidden fact that Halloween marketing is so extensive that Halloween accounts for the second most commercial successful holiday after Christmas in the United States. Of all the candy that is sold annually, 1/4 is sold just during the Halloween time, averaging sales of $2.7 billion annually. The Halloween retail spending by the U.S. consumers is estimated at $9 billion in 2018. Could there be a better use of this much money? Imagine if we could donate all this money to feed poor and the less fortunate who can't even afford one proper meal a day. We're so mechanically and mindlessly caught up in this yearly ritual that we don't even stop to think for a moment to ask ourselves, what is Halloween really about? What is the history behind this celebration? Islamic perspective on Halloween. As a Muslim who strives to acquire knowledge, it is really important that we understand about any event before we take part in its celebration. Celebrations may seem completely innocent on the outside, but with deep roots and elements of pagan beliefs, rituals, and devil worships should be avoided. Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has said in an authentic narration, whoever imitates a person is one of them. Time to think. What do you think the advice from our beloved Prophet would be in the context of Muslims celebrating Halloween? Virtually all Halloween traditions are based in either ancient pagan culture or in Christianity. From an Islamic point of view, they're all forms of shirk. As Muslims, our celebrations should be ones that honor and uphold our faith and beliefs. How can we worship only Allah, the Creator, if we participate in activities that are based on shirk? Many people participate in these celebrations without even understanding the history, just because their parents or friends did it, and because they say it's a tradition, and just because it's also fun. What can I do? So what can we do when we see other people dressing up, eating candy, and going to parties? While it might be tempting to join in, we must be careful to preserve our own traditions and not allow ourselves to be corrupted by this seemingly innocent fun. When tempted, ask Allah to give you the strength. Save the celebrations, fun, and the games for our Eid festivals so we can still have fun, and most importantly, so we should learn to acknowledge holidays that have a religious significance to us as Muslims. Holidays are not just an excuse to be reckless. In Islam, our holidays retain their religious importance while allowing proper time for rejoicing, fun, and games. Our duty as a responsible Muslim. Us Muslim children must refrain from practicing falsehood and should not imitate the non-Muslims in their customs and festivals. We should be proud of our Islamic heritage. So what should we do on Halloween? We as Muslim children and youth should not go trick-or-treating on Halloween night. We should understand the joy of our own Islamic celebrations and traditions. Muslims should heed this warning and refrain from copying or imitating the disbelievers in their celebrations. Islam has strongly forbidden Muslims from following religious customs of the non-Muslims, especially those of idol worshippers or those who worship the devil. From an Islamic standpoint, Halloween is one of the worst celebrations due to its origins and history. And this is a serious matter, and no one should take it lightly. May Allah guide us and help us to stay on the right path. I pray for Allah's guidance and forgiveness.